Hold up.
What's up? Welcome back, everybody. We're here at Yonderville 2021, the Great Big Campout, and I'm here with the one and only Dice Man. Tell me a little bit about what's going on here.
What's up? Yeah, we're up here on the mountain. I started working with Maxwell in 2019. He approached me about doing the dub bus as like a side stage. 2019, we ran the whole official second side stage as the dub bus. I'd like to bring this over to the festivals. We do like the dub bus experience paired with Beyond Dope. It's our sister company, nonprofit organization. Here we have the Dome. It's the Geodome. It's kind of a safe space, a sanctuary, promoting safe, healthy culture. Ideally, I'd love to start putting a lot of more time and focus into Dice Man and writing music and creating. My LLC is called More Signal. I'm hoping to turn that into a record label soon. It's always a balance of work, play, focus, and everything, and health. Dub Day as an entity, it's just fostered a place for growth for a lot of us, and so I got to, experiment on a stage, in a stage setting, with a sound system, with a crowd. Now I'm in a position where I'm really comfortable with what I'm doing on stage as far as some of the theatrical elements and poetic elements, and finding that balance of how that all works. All of this has really given me like the confidence to be able to do it and to hone it in and do it well.
If you were to give yourself advice 10 years ago, what would you say?
I'm really proud of what I've done in the last 10 years, and I think I've always kind of had a really specific vision for just my overarching goals, like wanting to be a performer. At first it all started, I was in university for acting and theater, and I had a different vision for where I'd be when I was 30, but still around art and performance art. Obviously I do theater, acting, I write plays, direct plays, write poetry, do the singing, do the rapping, do the acting, do the whatever. So now it just has kind of changed shape. But I'm also someone who definitely, struggles with anxiety and depression and second guessing yourself, as many artists do. So I think my biggest advice would be to just don't be so hard on yourself as the ride goes down, because it's going down the way it's supposed to go down. And you just have to be in like the best health to do it, And I'd probably give myself a word about health earlier on. I'm definitely trying to get into more of a better groove as far as party habits, eating habits, taking care of yourself, that kind of stuff. I'm honored to be on the main stage at Yonderville this year. I'm actually honored to be on the main stage of a lot of festivals this summer for the first time. So yeah, I just want to share my bare soul to all of you fine people, and hopefully harbor a space where you can feel seen and felt and not alone. And I love to stand in the crowd at my shows. I like to feel the vibe of the room, throw the vibe in the room, work hard, play hard type thing. So, before all of this, I was a fan, like most of us were, and try to not lose that. But I also, as part of my process, like to immerse myself into the environment, whether it's the party or the club or the festival, and just kind of share space with everyone in order to deliver something really honed into the experience that they're going through that day or night or whatever. And yeah.
What made you switch from theater to bass music?
Yeah, definitely. So in school, I was starting to DJ, and I liked a lot of that stuff. But I'm a trained actor. I always had visions of doing acting in theater. I moved up to New York City with some of my classmates to pursue that. But, like they tell you in theater, if you can't find work, make your own, right? Like if you can't land auditions, start a YouTube channel and put something out there to get seen. But that also proves to be tough in New York and stuff. And, you try to do a couple auditions here and there. It gets a little disheartening. It's super easy to just be productive in Ableton on your own. I have complete creative control. I can create art in my room. How it changed was because I had a lot of friends supporting me. Honestly, I was just DJing all throughout university. And then, a few of my friends were like, dude, you are killing this. You should focus on this. You should write tunes. I was trying to do the acting thing. It's a long uphill battle of failed auditions before they have seen you enough times. And then, with the music thing too, I saw these cool things going on. I'm emailing Sermon and Good Looks and Webster Hall and all these things, and no one's opening my emails or listening to my promo mixes. And that's when it really clicked for me that there was a void, there was a hole, there was no weekly bass music party. There was no one, there was Webster Hall in the basement, but that's in Manhattan. It was kind of its own vibe. And it also fizzled out the year I moved to New York. So I kind of saw a hole in its entire market, and in New York City there shouldn't be any holes. So I wanted to fill it in, and created my own work with Dub Day and gave myself a platform to share music and everyone else. And now we've got all these residents who I believe so strongly in. They're just amazing producers out of the New York region and beyond. We're now spreading the movement across the country. We just launched Denver this week. We're bringing back Dub Day Miami after several years of it being in a hiatus, and we're also launching Dub Day DC in the fall with the Great and Perspective crew. It takes a lot of time, you know. You have to be patient, you know. And some kids, you know, they spend just years just making music before they release any or try to do anything, and they get good at making music, and then they think all of a sudden they deserve bookings or they deserve this, that, or the other. And I have found, you know, it has been a lot of work, a lot of just legwork, getting here, just showing up, doing the job well, being friendly, working well with the people backstage and in the front of the stage. It feels amazing. It feels like a lifetime of work paid off this summer with all these exciting shows I get to play. It's a long game, and you know, every time you take that next step and you feel like you've leveled up, it's like nothing else, but you're always like, okay, but what's the next step? But what's the next step? And I've got my eyes at the top of the case, so I'm trying to climb them all. I shout out everything I've been talking about. Shout out Dub Day, follow us. Again, we're spreading to Denver, Miami, and DC in the fall. Shout out Beyond Dope, again, our harm reduction and care nonprofit organization. Shout out my sound system crew, the Love Wagon, Festiviz Media. Shout out Yonderville for having me. Shout out Sermon Nation, we're coming back this summer too. Shout out fucking Mother Earth.
You heard it here first, folks. Thank you, Dice Man.
East Coast.